What, pray tell, is this? We have here the Microsoft Surface Duo 2. And I think we need to talk about it for just a second. Hey there, friends. My name is Jason T. Lewis. Thank you so much for being here. In today's video, we are going to talk just a little bit about the Microsoft Duo 2. Now, I did not use the Microsoft Duo 1. I was interested in it, and then I didn't get it at launch, and everybody that got it at launch said it was terrible, so I did not get it. However, I was anxious for the Duo 2 to come out, but then when it came out, it was $1,500. And honestly, for something that was not so spectacular in the first go around, I was not really willing to spend that kind of money on a product that didn't fare well in its first iteration. So I decided not to get the Surface Duo 2, but this past week, and the sale is still ongoing last time I checked, in this last week, the Surface Duo 2 has been on sale at Best Buy for $999.99. That's something that's worth considering. This is a weird phone, okay? I mean, when you look at it here, you've got a beautiful dual display. I think this is like 8 inches or something. This is 8 inches and plus this way. It's bigger than an iPad mini this way, although you can't really, it doesn't really do full screen like both screens very well because it loses text in the middle. It's just kind of not the best, you know. So if I open up my Kindle app and bring it over here, so you just drop it like that, but you see that you lose text in the middle of this. Like, it just disappears into this crevice, and you lose the text. So that's not good. That's not good. But I am really enjoying this phone, and I want to keep it because it does offer a lot more functionality than other phones do. I like the Microsoft sort of overlay that we have here, although it is a little glitchy and hitchy and sometimes weird. I just got done doing my 3-month review on the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, which is a phone that I really like. The Samsung is the polished phone. The Samsung is the phone that operates as expected. And the Duo 2, while it is better from what I've heard from other people, and now that there have been some software updates, the Duo 2 is much improved and really actually a pretty cool phone. The fact that each screen operates separately is great because you can pull up your phone here, and then over here you can pull up your notes and you can do your things. So you can have all kinds of different stuff going on. There are many different permutations. You can have Edge and OneNote going at the same time. You can have app pairs that will open up. If you want to do some gaming, then you can open up and use this as a, so it's very similar to the way that you would use the LG screen case phones. You can use a pen with it. There's a magnet in here that will hold a pen, and the pen is, they have a slim pen that will fit the phone. I've actually got a Surface Pen 2 that works with this as well. It doesn't have all the functionality of the slim pen, but it does work. We've got a fingerprint reader here on the side. The power button has the fingerprint reader. You can fold it back on itself, and then it's pretty easily handheld. It's a different kind of screen ratio than what you're used to seeing. You've got a big screen available to you here, even bigger screen available to you when you do this. But here's where it starts to get weird, okay? When you do this, you've got no screen. And this to me is sort of a problem, because while there are issues with other folding phones, every other iteration of a folding phone that I can think of has some kind of screen on the front, even if it's just a tiny small screen like on the Flip 3 or on the Moto Razr or something like that. Or if you've got the Fold 3, it's like a nearly full-size screen, 2/3 size screen on the front of the Fold 3. Some kind of screen that you can use to interact with the phone when it's closed. But here you just can't. Now, I brought this up on Twitter the other day, and a lot of people were like, well, you just keep it like this. And yeah, okay, fine. You can do that. And I have done that around the house casually, etc., etc. But when carrying it around, I wouldn't want to do that. And another problem, and MKBHD brought this up in his review, and I'll bring it up here in mine, is that the original Duo had no camera on the back, which was its own problem. This Duo has a camera on the back, but what happens when you open it all the way is that instead of closing entirely, it has this sort of like not completely closed thing going on. So it's not as elegant as the original design was. However, I do find that it's actually maybe a little bit easier to hold. So there's that. But if you want to take a picture, let's do that camera thing that we were just talking about. So here's the camera. I got my front facing camera going on, but I can't go to the other lens until I open it up all the way, and then I can go to the other lens. And then I'm like, okay, let's take a picture of my stuff. This is what it looks like when you're using the camera. It's bigger than my face. From a build quality standpoint, this phone is great. It's a beautiful phone. You do get some information here in the crevice. So I know that it's 11:20 and I have one one text message waiting for me, but it's like not even easy to see when you do that. You can kind of see it, it's sort of mirrored. It's weird. Even though the camera hump is gigantic, it looks elegant in its own way. But you see what I'm doing here is trying to wipe off these fingerprints, and I just wiped them off here and they're back again. Contrast that with the Samsung, and Samsung phones got this nice matte finish, no fingerprints. No matter what, and I never have to wipe this phone down. The oleophobic coating on the screen is much nicer, whereas this one, it just, from day one, it has picked up tons of fingerprints on the screens, and it just hasn't stopped. And if you're not familiar with what an oleophobic coating is, the oleophobic coating is, I guess, a coating that rejects oils. And a lot of times, better quality smartphones will have an oleophobic coating on them, but most times, 9 times out of 10, the oleophobic coating wears down after a period of time. Sometimes it's just within a few months, and fingerprints become more prevalent. This one clearly didn't have that much of an oleophobic coating to begin with because the fingerprints are just there. And maybe it seems like a small thing, but when you buy an elegant piece of tech for $1,000 or $1,500 if you paid full price for the 128 gigabyte version, you can get 256 for $100 more, which I guess isn't all that bad. But when you pay that much money for a device, you really don't want all kinds of fingerprints all over it. And there are the number of cases available for this, because it's not as big a release as, say, a Galaxy phone, the number of cases available for this phone, well, there's just not that many. And Samsung has their own bumper case. They have a case that holds the Slim Pen. I don't think I would use either of those. From an engineering standpoint, this is incredibly impressive from Microsoft, and the hinge is great. I like this matte finish that's around here. It's like a rubberized matte finish. It really gives you some confidence when holding the device, and I enjoy using it. But here's the thing. As much as this has been improved, and as much as I'm enjoying using it, I don't think that I can keep it. I don't think it's a phone that I can use every day, and if I can't use it every day, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of all of the different things that it does. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the pen. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the additional screen real estate. I'm not going to be able to take advantage of a lot of different stuff. And that is a problem, because this is unique enough that I would want to be able to take advantage of all of those features on a regular basis. But I can't get a car mount for this. It doesn't have wireless charging. While it's a very cool idea, I think that fundamentally the design is flawed if you want to consider it a phone. And if you don't want to consider it a phone, then it's not enough of a tablet to make it worth not using it. I don't know. It's a very in-between kind of phone. It's a very in-between kind of device. I'm not really sure if there is a space in the market for it, even though Microsoft has done a very nice job of making it a very nice piece of technology. If the question is keep it or return it, I am going to have to return it, because this is a lot of money to have invested in something that I'm not going to use on a regular basis. And that's not going to replace both my tablet and my phone. And this just can't do it at this point. I don't know if Microsoft can figure out a way that it will or that it can, but I mean, there's a little pang of like, oh, geez, I don't want to, but practicality has to win out here, and I have to get rid of the Microsoft Duo 2. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Duo 2, if you think it's a viable thing, if you tried it at all. Let me know what your experience has been. I'm sure some of you are already madly typing away. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come back and see me again. I make content like this at least twice a week. So if you haven't already become a community member here at the Jason T. Lewis Factory, then please hit that like, subscribe button. Go visit jasontlewis.com for everything that I do, including not only this tech-related stuff, but music and writing and other stuff. I've got a mailing list that adds a lot of value to this whole thing that we're doing here. So I very much appreciate it if you go over there and check out jasontlewis.com. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. My name is Jason T. Lewis, and until the next time, I'm out.